Hello everybody out there in Lefty Guitar Land. This is Shane Walton, Lefty Guitars, and it's December 31st, 2025. It's my year-end review of all my guitars and my guitar journey this year. And like I did last year, you can check out the video there. And let's see what kind of guitar journey I went on this year. Well, first of all, as you might recall, then in the last video, going into 2024, I had 7 guitars. I bought 4, sold 2, so I ended up with 9 guitars. So starting the beginning of 2025, I came in with 9 guitars. And let's see what happened. And did that go down or did it go up? You know, I started with the resolution of having less guitars, but let's see what exactly happened in the year coming up. First of all, we have to say goodbye to 2 guitars that came on here. I'll show them on the screen here. That's right, I got rid of both of my V's. I had at the beginning of the year, I had ESP Alexi Liho model signature, and then I had a Dean Dave Mustaine VMNT signature guitar. And I ended up selling them both. First with the Alexi Liho is a really good guitar. I found the pickups, the signature pickups, a little bit confusing to get the sound I wanted out of it. But still, it's a really expensive guitar, so I didn't really want to take it out anywhere. Plus, there's a lot of people that were interested in this guitar, and I had to sell her out there, so I had it for about 3 months, and then I sold it off and made a little bit on that. The things I have with really expensive guitars too is you worry about dinging them or them getting stolen. You know, every time I go to work, it's leaving it home, is someone going to come and break in, and what are you going to do when you have like a guitar that expensive out? But anyways, that's the one. The more tragic one, of course, is my hero, which was my Dean VMNT. Of course, I'm a great big Megadeth fan. And usually I don't, I'm usually a very big Megadeth fan, and of course I like this guitar, but then again, things with these V's, their cases are huge, they take up a lot of space. If you want to get with them, they're kind of a hassle to move around a little bit. You worry about, you know, the wings getting chipped and stuff like that. And this Dean here, I liked it a lot. I really love the pickups. The Seymour Duncan Inspire Live Wires are great pickups. But, you know, it's very popular. Like, the chicks love looking at V's. You know, that's a really popular guitar with the chicks. But anyways, I decided to put it on sale on Reverb for what I paid for it and see if wasn't sure if it's going to sell it or not. It's kind of like a iffy type of sale, but somebody picked it up and away it went. And so now I'm V-less, which is fine because I'm kind of in a super strat type of vibe, as you will see. So what happened to other guitars here? Well, let's review here. I still got my Sarah here, my Sahana Woo Chill. It's all stock. It turned 5 years old just this month. Another guitar that I kept from last year was my Mayberry Fish Hook Telly T-style guitar from England. And it's changed a little because I put on some Dylan pickups in here. I upgraded the pickups a little bit from the stock. Otherwise, it's... And I didn't play too much at the beginning of the year, but the last 2 months I've really been getting into it a little bit here. So it's becoming a very go-to guitar these days. My Ibanez bass hasn't changed. I played a little bit, but it probably deserves to get played a little bit more. Still a nice, good, sturdy instrument. Try to give it more love in 2026. My Yamaha acoustic guitar with the ugly sticker on it. Also didn't get played too much in the 2025. You know, I'm kind of an electric guitar guy. But let's see here. Try to get the stairway all done on it maybe in 2026, eh? The Strat copy I paid $10 for 3 years ago. It's still here. Still doing its thing. It's Purple Playtech Strat. It is of course a leftover guitar, but it's kind of went through quite a few upgrades. Like I said there in the last year's video that somebody recommended to me this purple color and this green pickguard I should make into a Joker guitar. So that's what I did. I made the Strat covers of white, orange, and orange knobs. So it's kind of like this dripping mouth. And I've got put a bunch of stickers on it there. So here on the keyboard it says, "Why are you so serious?" and a couple Joker stickers on there, one on the back, and I got a Harley Quinn on the headstock. So it looks cool. Still, you know, it's still a cheap guitar, but it's got some personality to it. Even though I'm not the biggest DC or Batman fan or Joker fan, but heck, you know, when you get a good suggestion, sometimes you just go with it. So that's my new upgraded Playtech Strat. It's my Epiphone S-Ball Special 2, which I got at the very, very end of 2024, like December 29th. It came in, and it did what I was wanting to do. I got it. I took it. It's got a bolt-on head stock, so I took it off and took it to Bali with me. It's my travel guitar, and as you can show the picture here, it all kind of fit into the suitcase. I was okay. Of course, when I took it there, I had a little trouble with the action on it, and it had a shim in it. I didn't realize it was going to kind of have a shim in it there, so, and a little trouble getting the shim back in place. So it's a little bit higher action than I kind of like, and to tell the truth, after going back from Bali in April, haven't played it that much, but still kind of pretty in a certain sense. See what happens to it in the next year. Last but not least of returning guitars is my Schecter Sun Valley Super Shredder. It's still all stock, and it's probably my most played guitar. And when I need to practice or learn a new song or something, I probably do it first on this Schecter, just because it's so damn easy to play. You know, it's just so easy to play. The neck is nice and thin. It's not that wide. It just flows on it. You got these jumbo frets on it, and it's great. And I love the color too. And not gonna say never get rid of it, but I need a really good reason not to do it. So probably these two guitars here, my Sahana and my Schecter, my two most played guitars. You know, this is kind of the guitar I got out almost all the time when I really want to practice. When I'm performing, I might use a different guitar and whatnot, but still, this is the guitar for me at the moment. And of course, I still got my Vox amp behind me there too. So that's a recap of all the guitars that left and that are still with me here. So of the guitars there. So two are gone, 7 have stayed. What happened during the year now? So first, let's go by month. So in January, I bought no gear! Wow, yay! I'm so proud of myself. When a whole month without spending any money on gear. But, you know, I made a promise to myself to cut down, but it wasn't to last. Okay, first guitar that came in for me was this guitar named Samuel. You see on the screen here on the left. And it was made in Japan, 1986 Fender Tele. And I picked it up for about 70,000 yen. And it's, you know, kind of vintagey. It was my oldest guitar at the time. But it wasn't kind of bad condition, especially the fretboards. The frets were all kind of dented in. It needed a refret. And it wasn't that great to play, you know, and it's just like a Tele. I'm not kind of regular, I mean, some people of course like those kind of vintage Teles, and you know, it didn't feel bad, but this wasn't for me, so I sold it after about a month or so, and let somebody else take care of the refret job that it needed there. So it came and it went. Okay. Next thing came up, I got a Joho EQ pedal still right here. Put it on the screen on the left. Keep seeing all these videos saying you need an EQ, so I got one. This one maybe need a good EQ. This one's kind of noisy. I didn't like the sound it got out of it there, so it went off the pedalboard. Still around. Next guitar that came up was actually a right-handed guitar. Was this Tokai in crackle finish. Not sure what year it was, but it had this yellow crackle finish which just looked awesome. I tell you, if this was a left-handed guitar, I would have kept it. But it got a really good price, and you know, I put it on reverb for that double the price, and it snapped up right like that. Somebody bought it right away, and a lot of people were saying it looked awesome. You know, it had a Floyd on it, and just looked incredible there. So as you can see, I wish it was left-handed, but it was in here. Didn't name it, and it went out there. So, but it was here for a little while, anyways. Should have converted to a lefty maybe, but nah. Such is life. Okay, the next one I picked up was another old guitar. On the left here it was like, you know, a Telecaster Deluxe, another made in Japan, I think. and kind of in its 70s, probably not 70s, but it's kind of had the 70s type of specs to it. So on the back it had a three bolt and with a tilt screw adjustment on it there. It was stock except for the pickguard. As you can see, somebody replaced the pickguard with this kind of streaky gray type of one, so I named it Grayson there. And it was okay. It had the tops of the fender knobs at the bottom, the little plastic kind of glue came off and kind of lost those. Had a couple of chips here and there. The neck pickup was like these wide range humbuckers that Fender put out, and it's pretty interesting sound. It doesn't sound like your regular humbucker at all, and you know, it's kind of a sound that I would like to play with a little bit more. But I wasn't too fond of the pickguard. You know, black guitars, you know, so many black guitars for lefties as it is. And I had an American friend interested in it, so I sold it to him after about 2 months there. So it came in February. It was probably gone a month or two after that. To March. March, not really gear, but I can start with a bang that Jimmy Page apparently liked the comment that I did on one of his posts on Instagram. So I got this little, woke up in the morning and says, Jimmy Page liked your post. Now, maybe he's got an assistant doing all this and didn't actually like it, but kind of cool to think that Jimmy Page saw some crap comment that I wrote and thought it was interesting enough to like. So it's kind of cool. Anyways, that was kind of made my day anyways, you know? So on to March. And March we had a couple of guitars that came in. First of all, we had on the 15th of March I got this guitar here, which is a Grassroots FR62. Grassroots, of course, is the Squire equivalent for ESP, and it's a Japan only model there. And if it looks familiar, because about 3 years ago I also had another one of these. These kind of go new for about 60,000 yen, but you can find them used really cheap. And this one here I bought for about 13,000 yen. And even though I kind of liked it and kind of wanted to keep it, I ended up selling it a couple of months later for about 3,500 yen. So I kind of doubled my money on it. And you know, it's double your money and you know, you can get this around. That's what I did. So it's a nice guitar, but you know, I sold it the second time. So it's goodbye again. Of course I named it Max. This is Mac the second, after the first Mac that several years ago. Favorite new guitar of the year. This here is an Ibanez 421 RU, and I named it Zoe. It's black, and it's one of my favorite guitars to play at the moment. It's, as far as ease to play, it's right there with my Schecter Sun Valley, Ernie. The big difference between those two guitars is it doesn't have the Floyd in it, or the Sustainiac pickup. It's super light, you know, and great cutaways, nice big frets. And you could shred on this for days. Like really great fret access on these guitars here. So I really enjoyed playing this. And I have a picture up here, but I might mention that it's one of the guitars. I liked it so much I upgraded the pickup. So it's got a Dylan Quattro. They're the blade pickup that Dylan makes in Bridge right now. So I'm gonna keep playing it, and it's also a guitar I often have lying around because it's so light and so fast. And it's just a great guitar to learn on and to practice with. So this is Zoe. Probably gonna stay for a while yet. I might add that Zoe is one of the reasons that I sold my Dean VM&T. You know, it does a lot of the same things. It's got the same kind of aesthetic in a sense, even though one's a V, but you know, it's a Super Strat, so it's much easier to carry around and cart to gigs and stuff like that than the V was. So, because of Zoe is a good reason to get rid of Hero there. So, now we make our way into April. In April, this came along. This one I named Edgar. It's Raven West Guitars, I think out of Korea. Of course, they were quite a popular brand in the early 2000s, and they always had these kind of like certain cheap prices, but kind of a gimmicks. And this one, it's got a neck through construction, and it's got a 5-piece neck on it. It's neck through construction on here, which makes it look really cool. That's my natural top there, and of course the handshake, really good there. But then, even though you get this nice handshake, the top doesn't have any kind of contours onto it. So it's not that comfortable to play on top, even though it feels good in the back. And I don't play it as much as I probably should. Haven't got around to selling it though. You know, I got the Mayberry Telecaster, so part of me think that's probably enough. Maybe you don't need 2 Telecasters, but it's still around. Maybe I got the holidays up here, try to play it out a little bit more. And unlike my other Telecaster, it's got 6 pole pieces, so I can adjust the height a little bit better than the other ones. Only 1 guitar in April. May actually didn't buy any guitars. Wow! Again, another second month without any new gear. June, bought a looper, RC3 looper station because I needed to loop. Found I'm really bad at looping, but I'm going to keep it around, see if I could get figuring this thing out here in the next couple of days. In July, we had a Charvel came in. It's an old Charvel, I think it was 87. I named it Chip. It kind of looked like a chip to me, so it's named Chip. That's what we do. It's in Charvel. It had Jackson pickups in it. It was kind of fun to play. You know, it's kind of white. So it's not your typical black that you usually get. And the thing is with the Charvels, I don't think it's as good as my Sun Valley Super Shredder Schecter. I don't think it's as good as my Ibanez. And I don't think it's as good as my ESP either. 22 frets. It's not as good as this Sahana either, you know, so I kind of have guitars that it's okay, but it's not, didn't really blow me away, so I ended up, I didn't need another Super Shredder, so I sold it off to quite quickly actually. Maybe I had it like for 2-3 weeks or something like that, and then it just, no, I don't need this one, I've got something else that can do this. So I sold it off back to America again. So, but it's not a bad guitar, it just wasn't, I've seen better, that's all. Bye bye Chip. I've seen better, that's all. Bye bye Chip. In September I made kind of a surprise purchase for me. Is I bought myself a Squier a Classic Vibe Jazzmaster, which I named Chantel. Here it is here. And why did I buy this? Well, first of all, the price is pretty good. I only paid about 34,000 yen I think for it. And these things are newer, probably like 60, 70,000. So it was about half price. And a little bit cheaper than I think you can normally get them on the used markets. If I wanted to sell this, I could pretty easily. I made a video about this, but it kind of surprised me this guitar. It's a fun to play guitar, and it's really comfortable to play too. You know, I would mind some jumbo frets on it and a couple things, but the pickups are, even though they're Squier pickups, Jazzmaster pickups, they're kind of fun. You know, it's the whole rhythm circuit, and it's just a fun thing to do. It sounds different than any other guitar I have, so it's one of the main reasons that it's still here actually right now, and it might last a while. Same as Chantel, and it's my September guitar purchase, and it's still here, and I might not sell this one either. Kind of enjoy it. Also in September, you know how I bought the EQ pedal? Well, being a glutton for punishment, I bought another one, a Down Electro Fish and Chip one, and it's still on my board. I'm still not really great on using EQs, but I'm using it as a solo boost, right? It's got the volume, it's basically using it as a volume pedal. So when I put a solo on, it can boop it up. You can bump up the volume, and it seems to be doing fine for that. It's kind of cute shape, so that's on my pedal right now. So that's my one pedal I bought there. Then in October, this came along, Mac the Third. This is, of course, ESP Grassroots FR62 design guitar. And maybe you said, wait, didn't he just talk about this guitar? No, I talked about another one that looks exactly like it. I've actually bought this guitar 3 times. That's how much I feel like want to sell them, but I kind of want them too at the same time. You know, it's for a guitar that's like about $500 guitar. It's still a lot of fun to play. So it's got a push-pull pot on it too here, and of course it's got a Floyd on it, and it's a good kind of metal shredder type guitar. So after I sold the other one, again, lo and behold, this one came up, and this one was even cheaper than the one before. I paid 13,000 yen for it. This one I paid, I think, 8,000. And the reason that is, on the back of the neck, on the joint here, it's got a little bit of a hairline crack on it, you know, so it's not really something I'd sell. So, but it's, you know, you don't really feel it that much, and it's not getting worse as far as I can tell. You can still see it, a little glue on it, and it's a little banged up, but otherwise it looks fine. It plays great, you know. It's another shredder guitar, great fret up access here, a lot of fun to play, and you know, so something I play sometimes instead of my super shredder when I want to change of pace. And you know, only paid 8,000 yen for it, so heck, why not? Why not keep this? You know, so this is called Mac the Third because it's the third one I've owned, and two of the same year I got here. Whereas one went out, sold off, and this one's I probably gonna try to keep it. You know, if it's possible or not, keep it around. Be harder to sell with, like I said, with the neck crack on it. So we're not done yet. November was another busy month. First of all, I picked up this little travel guitar. This is Fernandez's Z03, or there's a Zo-san in Japan, which is an elephant. You know, it looks like an elephant. And this way, see? Look at that nice little elephant there, right? I'm still getting used to this guitar a little bit. It's of course, it's a great color. Fernandez, of course, is not in business anymore, so I don't know if it does have any value coming in the future. I bought it for quite cheap. I bought it for about 9,000 yen. Often you see these things going for 20 or 30,000 yen. One reason I got it so cheap is that the person wound the strings the wrong way, and the nut broke part of the nut off. So the low E string was kind of not on the nut at all. So I had to spend $5, put a replacement bow nut in it, and then I did all the setup myself, and it seems to be doing fine. You know, it doesn't seem to. Actually, it's pretty low on it. There's some issues with this type of guitar that I might bring up later. Of course, that's the speaker here, but maybe I'll do a separate video on that. So this is I call this Ellie because it's supposed to look like an elephant. This is Ellie, my new travel guitar, so I don't want to take the neck on my Epiphone anymore. News I had in November is that I got some orders from some well-to-do American clients to buy up some Fender Godzilla special edition Strats. So I got 4 of these actually. I bought 4 of these from 4 different shops because these blue ones were like only available for the local shops in Japan. You couldn't buy them on the Fender website. So using my Japanese ability, I helped them out and I got them all off to their buyers there. So got off to their buyers, and they were interesting guitars. Unfortunately, they weren't lefties, so couldn't play them that much. Just, you know, got them checked to make sure things are working right, and because they're expensive things, you know, they're like 500,000 yen, so it's like over $3,000 for these guitars. So, you know, don't want to ding them up or anything there. So this came and they kind of went, didn't they? And then the last thing in December, so I bought 3 of those in November and about 1 more in December of those Godzilla guitars. And the last one I got was I bought a whole bunch of pedals. These are kind of Aria pedals. Here's the compressor. I actually got 3 of these. These are old from like 1983. They're actually in pretty good condition actually. Here, kind of plastic though, so surprising to see how they work. They just arrived the other day. And I bought another overdrive OCD drive there copy, and so I got 4 pedals this month to end up the year for me. Well, that was my guitar journey. How was it? Did I manage to keep the same amount? Well, last year I ended up with 9. And last year I had sold 2 and bought 4. This year I sold 2 again, and I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means in total I've got 13 guitars now. Don't tell my wife, okay? It's maybe I'll try better luck in 2026 than keeping the levels down, but we'll see. Anyways, I hope you have a great guitar journey in 2026, and hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe see you at the end of next year. Salut!